Yo, what is going on, guys? So, love him or hate him, Mr. Trump, Donald J. Trump, has just called out some real shit. He says, a scary time for young men. Male fury and fear rises in GOP. Now, he said a scary time for young men. The leftist mainstream media outlet, Sydney Morning Herald, that has radical feminist Clementine Ford that writes opinion pieces for them, wrote male fury and fear rises in GOP. The sexual assault allegations against Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh have sparked a wave of unbridled... So all of this is from the Sydney Morning Herald, right? This isn't from Trump. This is from the Sydney Morning Herald. But I can really respect Trump, regardless of your political leanings, regardless of whether you're a Trump person or not. I don't really care. It's not, I'm not getting involved in that conversation right now. But I have to say that I can really respect Trump for this, and I hope you guys can understand why what he's saying is so monumental. The sexual assault allegations against Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh have sparked a wave of unbridled anger and anxiety from many Republican men who say they are in danger of being swept up by false accusers who are biased against them. From President Donald Trump to his namesake son to Senator Lindsey Graham, the howls of outrage crystallize a strong current of grievance within a party whose leadership is almost entirely white and overwhelmingly male, and which does not make a secret of its fear that demographic shifts and cultural convulsions could jeopardize its grip on power. Fucking retards at the Sydney Morning Herald. Let me just play this for you quickly, guys.
Well, I say that it's a very scary time for young men in America when you can be guilty of that you may not be guilty of. This is a very difficult time. What's happening here has much more to do than even the appointment of a Supreme Court justice. It really does. You could be somebody that was perfect your entire life, and somebody could accuse you of something. It doesn't necessarily have to be a woman, as everybody says, but somebody could accuse you of something, and you're automatically guilty. But in this realm, you are truly guilty until proven innocent. That's one of the very bad things that's taking place right now.
So I agree that it's one of the very bad things that's taking place right now, and as I said, I can really respect Trump for what he said, because he's really on the money with that one, I have to say. Okay, so I'm going to continue on with this here. The eruption of male resentment now seems likely to play a defining role in the midterm elections just 5 weeks away, contrasting with a burst of enthusiasm amongst women propelling Democratic campaigns and inspired by the hashtag #MeToo reckoning over sexual assault and gender roles. You mean the feminist attack on society. I've got boys and I've got girls, and when I see what's going on right now, it's scary. Donald Trump Jr., a father of 5 small children, said in an interview with Daily Mail TV on Monday. Asked whether he was more worried about his sons or daughters, Trump Jr. said, "Right now, I'd say my sons." The rallying cry was Kavanaugh's enraged plea of innocence before the Senate Judiciary Committee, which heard emotional testimony from Christine Blasey Ford that Kavanaugh sexually assaulted her at a house in suburban Maryland when he was 17 and she was 15. But she doesn't know which house or what time it was or how she got home or anything other than it was definitely Brett Kavanaugh. And I don't have a political agenda, but it was definitely Brett Kavanaugh. That's all I know from her. So, let's continue. Trump has defended Kavanaugh and said the accusations by Ford and 2 other women are unfair to the judge and his family. I agree. The president, who himself has denied claims of sexual assault by more than a dozen women, has repeatedly stood behind other accused men in positions of power, including former Senate candidate Roy Moore after the Alabama Republican was accused of sexual misconduct with teenage girls. Notice the wording, accused. There was never any verdict reached. right? He was never, and if there was a verdict reached, it would have been not guilty. He was never proven of having done anything. And you know why? Because nothing was done. You know, some people may disagree with me on that, but, you know, as far as I'm concerned, if there's no proof, then the conversation's over. The trauma for a man that's never had any accusation. He's never had a bad statement about him, Trump told reporters on Monday, sympathizing with Kavanaugh's experience. It's unfair to him at this point, he said. What his wife is going through, what his beautiful children are going through is not describable, he said. And I totally agree with Trump, because what he must be going through is just absolutely beyond reproach. I mean, there's just no words to describe what they must be going through. But of course, Christine Blasey Ford, even though she's got her solicitors working pro bono for her, which means nada up front that she has to pay, but she's got $750,000 in funds from a GoFundMe. So she basically made $750,000 and climbing to pay for legal fees that she didn't even have to pay. Veteran GOP pollster Frank Lutz said that among Republicans, there is a feeling of being guilty until proven innocent. Well, I think there's a feeling amongst basically all men of being guilty until proven innocent. In this era of hashtag Me Too, there are a lot of men and some women who believe that justice no longer exists in America, that the accusation is enough to destroy someone's career and someone's life. That wasn't manifesting itself politically until late last week. Well, I would disagree with that, because it's been manifesting itself politically for quite some time now. I think we've seen that over and over again. Kavanaugh's defenders, reflecting widespread feelings among conservatives nationally, are furious about what they see as a broad brush approach to sexual misconduct allegations. They say the federal judge is being swept up in the Me Too riptide and unfairly grouped with serial predators, such as actor Bill Cosby. Totally agree. Who has been accused of sexual assault and harassment by more than 60 women and was sentenced last week to 3 to 10 years in prison for drugging and assaulting a victim. Graham says, I think you're trying to portray him as a stumbling, bumbling, drunk gang rapist who during high school and college was Bill Cosby. He said Sunday to host George Stephanopoulos on ABC's This Week. And realistically, that's basically exactly what's happened. That's genuinely what's gone down. Right? And it is a very scary time for young men. And I think we're getting to the point where you're literally going to have entire schools full of boys wearing like sunglasses that record, or like wearing glasses frames that have got like a little camera here, or wearing a cap with a camera, or wearing like a little pen camera, or like some sort of surveillance device. Literally, we're going to get to the point where every single boy in schools is going to be wearing some sort of surveillance device, right? So that they can prove that they didn't do what some little thotty is lying about because they got upset at the boy and wanted to somehow enact revenge on them without any consideration for the long-term impact of that particular allegation. And by the way, big hello to Chris Can too. Got him in the box. We've got so many people here. Man, I really appreciate you all for tuning in. You know, this is a really important topic, guys, because we've seen what's been happening with Me Too. We've been seeing how radical feminism has just been creating absolute havoc with both men and women. We've been seeing the political impact of any sexual assault allegation. And really, the reality is that the Democrats just want to stall until they can get some more numbers so that they can then block the confirmation of Kavanaugh. That's all this is. It's nothing more than that, right? That's 100% what it's about, right? And, you know, these women can complain about something that happened 30 years ago, even though they have no evidence. No one's backing them up that they're claiming was actually there, right? It's like, I get if they said this happened 30 years ago, and then they said, oh, you know, these were the friends I went to the party with, and the friends are like, yeah, I vaguely remember something like that happening. You know, I can't remember the exact details. It's like, okay, we've got a case here, right? But when these women are being called up and said, okay, you're under oath, right? And this is a felony if you lie about this. And they're like, fuck that. I'm not lying. I didn't see shit. I wasn't at the party. I don't remember the night, whatever the case may be. This is where we're at and there is a war on men, and there is a war on boys. And, you know, I couldn't believe the comments that I saw on social media. I got basically sent the link to the social media post where I found this article. And I do apologize to the person that I got the article from. I can't remember who it was that sent it to me. I've got like 20 emails just in the last 24 hours. So I'm struggling to keep a record of it all. But there was women in the comments saying, well, boys and men have got nothing to worry about if they haven't done anything wrong, right? They got nothing to worry about if they haven't sexually assaulted anyone. It's like, well, no. And I just sent them a barrage of posts like Gemma Beale. You remember that fat lesbian chick who said she was raped by 8 different men to gain sympathy from her girlfriend, right? Nikki Yovito, I think it was. She accused 2 footballers of rape. I think it was to make another guy jealous, right? They lost their scholarships and their football career, and their university was basically ruined. So this is what's happening, and women are being allowed to get away with it. It is not a criminal offense for a woman to do it. And, you know, and I think, right, I'm just putting it out there. Kavanaugh gets into the Supreme Court. I think one of the first things they're going to be addressing is perjury on false rape allegations, perjury on sexual assault allegations, right? And I'm not saying that a woman should be thrown in jail because they can't prove an allegation. Like, fair enough. But if they've got no evidence to back them up and evidence proving beyond a reasonable doubt that it didn't happen, okay, you're going to jail, bitch. Same for dudes, right? If guys are trying to screw people over by lying, making false statements under oath, right? People are going around making up false things. Kind of got to go, well, yeah, you need to spend some time behind bars because you can't be trusted in the real world. But yet these women are making $750,000. I guarantee you Blasey Ford is going to have speaking gigs, right? She's going to be making 6-7 figures a year for the next couple of years from all of her TV appearances and speaking gigs and her GoFundMes for legal fees that she doesn't even have to pay and all of this kind of shit, right? And then they're probably going to nominate her for a Democratic senator. When does the madness stop? You know, and in Australia, you get punished more for, like, this is how crazy it is. You get punished more for using your mobile phone while driving, like being on your texting while you're sitting in traffic at a red light. You get punished more for that than a woman gets punished for making false rape allegations in Australia. Right? Blasey Ford's going to get Women's March sponsors. She's going to be one of the main speakers at the Women's March. She's going to get Democratic funding. She's going to hit over $1 million on her GoFundMe, and she's going to pocket that shit. All right? This is where it's at. Is that who I think it is? MGTOW's Freedom? Is that Big John? If Big John is in the house, my fucking brother. I love that guy. Big John is the man. I'm just saying. He's one of the guys that inspired me to actually start this channel, I gotta say. Him and MGTOW 101. So I appreciate those two, Ben. And MGTOW's Freedom says, actually, my Aussie brother, it is a federal felony to lie before Congress. And that is true. It may be a federal felony to lie before Congress, but that doesn't mean that she's not going to get a pussy pass on this one because of all the people that have that are connected, that she's connected to. Whatever. What can you do? Anyway, guys, tell me what you think in the comments below once this video finishes. And I got 111 of you in the box right now. I feel so humbled. I really appreciate you guys. Smash that thumbs up, please. And if you haven't yet subscribed, hit the subscribe button below and the bell next to it so you get the daily notifications on this. And guys, if you're digging the fleecy as fuck hoodie that I got, I reckon you guys need to head over to the represent.com link in the description below. You can get hoodies, gym shirts, t-shirts, long sleeve and short sleeve. And until next time, guys, paypal.me/CityMGTOW if you want to donate. I appreciate you all, and I'll catch you in the next video. Oh, and don't forget to share, guys. Share this video. Hit the share button now. Hit the like button now. Get this pumping, because people need to hear this. People need to hear what's going on. Send this to the mothers of sons. Send this to the aunties of sons. Send this to every single parent you know. It is so important that this word gets out. And get them to go check out the source link, right, for the article that I just read in the description below as well. All right, guys, I'm going to bounce for now, but I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.